This podcast is sponsored by RSE Management Consulting, Inc. Richard has been my accountant for 5 years, and our relationship has grown into an incredible friendship. He now serves over 60 members in my business. The firm specializes in corporate tax, financial bookkeeping, and management advisory services for small and medium-sized businesses. His expertise is helping his clients manage the intricacies of tax law and teaching small and medium-sized businesses how to navigate the tough landscape of tax. If you want to hear more, you can go and listen to episode 203. I interviewed Richard on my podcast. The value that he has given to me over the last 5 years, to me, is truly priceless. He will work with you to create an action plan in order to organize your business finances, which in turn affects you personally in so many amazing ways that you didn't even know. You can email him at reidelberg, REITELBERG at RSEMGTCON.com, or you can call him directly at his office, area code 631-623-2400. You can also visit RSEMGTCON.com to contact and learn more, and we will upload all this information to the show notes as well. Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hey friends, how are you? I hope everybody's having the most incredible day. We are approaching the holiday season. It's my favorite time of the year. Thanksgiving in the United States is coming up. I know that we have so many different countries listening in, but what I love so much about the holidays is it's not only time to take our business and our success to the next level, but we have the ability now to help so many other people succeed in life, and just our leadership is a gift, and share it with people. So today's topic is kind of like, I want you to be inspired by it, but I also want you to be reminded of how important this is. So here's the premise of what we're going to talk about today. Leaders must be close enough to relate to others, but far enough ahead to motivate them. Okay. So I'm really excited to talk about this topic today because it ties in a lot of my favorite things. So when we talk about leaders must be close enough to relate. So what is that? It's like building that relationship, but then far enough ahead to motivate them. It means move you took us. It means blaze a trail. So we're talking about urgency. We're talking about energy, right? We're talking about momentum. We're talking about leading from the front. We're talking about setting the tone. We're talking about refusing to be the cement ceiling for your team. We're talking about being the bar. We're talking about leaning in. We're talking about leveling up. We're talking about being willing to be uncomfortable. Leadership is such a journey, and there are so many lessons, and there's so much to learn. We're always a work in progress, always. And the goal is that we're always evolving. So the more we grow, the more we develop the ability to grow others. And as we build a team, as we take on a leadership role, the goal is to be relatable. So when we talk about being relatable, it's building those relationships, building trust, right? You want people to know you, like you, and trust you. And at the same time, to be moving. Leadership is influence. And so if you're in a business that you lead others, if you're in a business of building a team, if you're looking to develop others, the reality is you must go first. Now, some people don't, and that's okay, but you're listening to Level Up, right? When we stay at any level for a period of time, we are putting a lid not only on our potential and our success, but if you have a team or you want to grow a team, you're definitely putting a lid on your team. People will listen to you when they look up to you. right? And I'm going to share a story with you. And I'm not sure if I shared it before, but I'm going to share it again. If I don't remember, maybe you don't remember. So it was my second month after I started my business, and my team and I were going for a big level. And we hit the sales number that we needed for a particular goal, and we hit it on like the 20th of the month. And one of my team members and her team was half of that volume. So that means on a volume percentage of sales, she and her team were half of my overall team sales. And so I was very young in my leadership. And you guys, I panicked. Like I panicked. I felt scarcity. I felt, honestly, I may have even cried. Now, truth be told, all of the volume that her and her team were creating counted towards the promotion that I was going for. And I could have continued to just cheer her on and be like, oh my gosh, like she really could probably get it done with her and her team. But I had a very come to Jesus moment. And for a minute, I felt scared. And I felt as much as I was so happy for her, I was also really nervous that it was half of my sales volume. So, like, hypothetically, have you ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like maybe somebody was going to outperform you? And that could be you could be an athlete, it could be any profession. And friends, these are the moments that are an invitation to lean in. Like the pain is called growth. It was a really, I didn't like these feelings. You ever feel something like that? You're like, I don't like this. This doesn't feel like me. Like I want to be happy. I want to be grateful. I want to be cheering her on. Why am I scared? And I was growing as a leader. I was growing my team. And so what happened is I needed to show up bigger. I needed to work harder. I was at a fork in the road. And this is a fork in the road that so many people in my profession miss, right? So what could happen is when you have somebody, I think the best thing that ever happened is that I had somebody very early on in my business chasing me. So I cheered her on, but after my pity party, I felt so much love. I felt so much gratitude. But at the same time, you guys, I ran like Forrest Gump. I ran like somebody was chasing me because they were. They were on fire, and it was time for me to be on fire even more, not competing with her, but competing with myself to push myself to a limit that I haven't yet conquered, right? So I was competing with myself. I was her leader. I brought her into this business. Her running fast caused me to run twice as fast. Why? Because she deserved a leader who leveled up with the momentum that she could be riding that momentum. So when we ended that month, she ended up being a third of my volume, which on the 20th, she was half of the volume, right? So she was growing, but then I was like, I need to work even harder, even faster. Again, not competing with her, to stay one step ahead. My movement raised the bar, and it set the tone, and it created even more momentum. And then a year later, she was like 5 to 10% of my volume. I actually think it was like 5%. Okay. And she was growing, but I worked like my life depended on it. And I built major with, and I expanded in the challenge versus step aside in that challenge. And I'm going to go over a few ways to build an atmosphere that you're blazing a trail for you and your team, and you become the leader that they are chasing. And my friends, that's like, it's uncomfortable. That's where competition comes in, not competing against one another, but like, I don't know, creating an atmosphere of excellence and raising the bar and playing to win. And here's why it's so important, because your team will be as big as your level. When we aren't committed to growth, we're putting a cement ceiling on our team. So how do we become a leader that stays one step ahead? Number one, I think I've got 8 things. I actually forgot, you guys. Okay. Number one, create urgency. So you're setting those goals. You're setting tight deadlines. You're making them happen as soon as possible. And this is literally gold. Like if you have a monthly goal, good is achieving the goal. Great is how early can I achieve it? Because the earlier you achieve it, now you're creating room for people on your team to also achieve it, right? Like, I mean, think of a number. I don't know. Maybe you're in sales, and I don't even know. Let's say you have a monthly sales goal of $5,000. Okay, making up a number. And so let's say now you're a team, and you're like, yeah, we're doing this, we're creating this, and then you want to do it as early as possible, because then, like, what if Sally is at 3,500 and you're at 1,000. And she's like, wait a minute, like we're at 4,500. We didn't hit the 5,000 sales goal yet. So the sooner you do it, you're like saying, I did it, you go, right? So this is literally gold. And most people don't. They just simply don't. They have the mindset that I have all month. I have all month. If it takes all month to reach a goal, you now don't have the ability to coach someone else to the same goal. So the sooner you do it, you now can look at them with conviction and say, you could do it too. If you haven't done it, your words just don't have the same meaning. And I'm really sorry to say it, but that's the truth. They just don't have the same meaning. So I did an episode a while back about developing an ASAP mindset, which means as soon as possible. And what that does is it does separate the average and the best. It simply does. Most people waste time. Most people take time for granted and they procrastinate. So number 2, always work like someone is chasing you. You might be a team of 1 right now and it's just you. Build that urgency that you are fully expecting a rock star to join your business. Work that way. You're now building those skills and you're now also building the business that when somebody comes in, they're like, wow, impressive, awesome, you're a leader. So to some, that may sound like scarcity mindset, because I'm telling you to work like someone's chasing you, but it doesn't to me. I'm a visionary, but I'm also very realistic when it comes to certain things. I don't want to live in la la land. I want to know what it takes to be my very best, to grow, right? To build a business as successful as I possibly can and to crush my goals. So I work in a business that we rise by lifting others. However, what makes it such a brilliant business model is that somebody can outwork me or outperform me. They also can out-earn me. So I work like that as a daily reality every single day. And there are some times, I get it, in my type of business that it can't be avoided. I get that. However, we all know that most people don't treat every single day precious. If you work every day like it, you're going to be more prepared when it comes. You'll have a bigger business. You'll have a bigger level of leadership. You'll have a bigger vision. You'll have more influence. So build and work like someone is chasing you. That's how you build the skill of staying one step ahead. Are you looking for the perfect partner for your business? Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million order stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling your own products or reselling shoes like my son, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, whether and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Sign up for $1 per month trial at shopify.com/level up, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/level up now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/level up. Number 3, realize you owe it to the people on your team, in your business, to show them how it's done. When I started, I asked people to join me. I also looked them in the face and casted my vision. I told them where I was going, and I boldly told them, take my hand and I will lead you there. I didn't say I will do it for you. I said, I will show you, I will help you. So the only way to really help them was to do it first, right? How often do we hear when the oxygen mask comes down on a plane, put it on your face first? Why? Because you need to take care of yourself first before you can help others. So whatever you're doing, what you do is showing other people what they can do. So I feel this deep obligation to show people in my business and in my company how it's done. Number 4, share your vision constantly and consistently. This is really powerful because sharing your vision over and over again keeps you really future focused, right? It keeps you reminding what you're stretching for, what you're working for, what you're building for, what you're growing through challenging things for. So share your vision. And of course, that's keeping you one step ahead because that's where your mind is. Your heart might be right there, but you're like saying, this is where we're going. Follow me. This is what we're creating. And that's what all coaches do, right? All coaches. If any single coach that has won a Super Bowl, they've won a Stanley Cup, you name your sport, they're constantly sharing the vision. I mean, I can't imagine that one of them would say, I don't think this is our year, or I don't think we have a chance, right? It's over and over and over. And so we appreciate the present. We live in the present, but we're working towards our vision. Visionaries cast their vision boldly and often. And this keeps you focused and it keeps you working and it keeps you energized. And ideally, it's keeping you continuously building and working, which is paving that way and keeping you one step ahead. Number 5, play to win so you can coach to win. When we arrive in any profession, we go backwards. When we become comfortable, we go backwards. We don't stay one step ahead when we make excuses. We justify. And I love when people say, you know what? If they end up passing me, I'm okay with it. Wow. Way to justify not leveling up. Like, level up. Give it all you've got. In order to grow to the next level, you must be willing to become the leader that you aren't yet. And I know that that can feel really uncomfortable. And sometimes cheering for somebody on, oh, I love them. I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you. That sounds selfless, but it's also really just comfortable, right? And somehow we really spin it that it's selfless. Selfless is doing what's uncomfortable. Selfless is going for it when you have doubt. Selfless is working when you feel fear. Selfless is doing what you said you were going to do when you're not even having a great day, right? Don't spin it and think that it's selfish. We want them to win. I'm cheering them on, but FYI, you can cheer them on as you're running and giving it your absolute all. Get up and play to win. That's the only way to coach to win. You can't demand someone comes to you for advice or coaching, right? If they're not coming to you, very often it's feedback. And that's why we want to stay one step ahead, because it keeps us becoming our best self. And that's when we build that influence that people want to learn from you and grow from you. Number 6, commit to excellence. Always be thinking, how can I be better? How can I improve? How can I be my very best? That is what builds influence. How can I outperform myself? Earning every bonus, earning every incentive, being the pace setter. It isn't easy. It also isn't what average do. It's what leaders who are committed to leveling up do. Number 7, be growth focused. Too often we're goal focused, and I love goals. But however, when it's just the goal as opposed to every day moving, we sit and we wait till we feel ready, right? And that leads to a year of sitting. Treat every single day with urgency. Treat every day like it's the last day of the month. Treat months like rolling months. With that mindset, you're just always on a mission. When we're just focused on the goal, we start and we stop and we start and we stop. And this happens over and over and over again. We're all gung ho at the beginning of the month. And then if we reach mid-month and we feel off, then we start to next month ourselves. Like, hello, that isn't how you stay one step ahead. That isn't how you show your team how it's done. It's not how you build your influence. It isn't how you become the leader that others want to follow. You put your head down, you work and build like you're doing it. That's how you become relatable. That's how you stay one step ahead. If leaders know the way and they go the way, then it's up to us to show the way. The only way to truly show the way is to go first. Are you willing to give it your all to go first? Number 8, stop telling yourself stories that aren't true, right? They're better than us. Maybe they're ready and I'm not. All those stories. You can do it. You are worthy. These are the stories I want you to know. You are ready. You are capable. You are incredible. You can do it. The longer you fill your head up with beliefs that aren't true, the greater the chances that you're going to start to believe those beliefs. Remember, we work at our belief level. When we know we can, we show up different. And that knowing begins in our minds. We are what we believe. So, friends, leadership is made up of so many things. Leading a team does take more than love and kindness. It's amazing if your team loves you. It's amazing if they're grateful for you. But let me ask you a question. Are you influencing them to move based on your actions and your achievements? Are you lighting the fire in their hearts and souls to be more? Are you showing them what stretching looks like? Are they committed to excellence because you are committed to excellence? Are you looking them in the face and letting them know that you are leading them to victory? Influence is the ability to move others, to inspire them into action, to create movement. And that happens when we go first, when we stay one step ahead and at the same time be relatable, be present, build relationships. I love my team. I am grateful for my team. I'm also committed to excellence. I'm willing to have hard conversations. I'm willing to tell them the truth. I feel comfortable and worthy of coaching them to win, not because I'm better in any way, but because I've gone first, because I've been there, because I'm still here, because I'm actively building, I'm on the field, and most of all, because I love them. It's nice to be loved, but it's even better to be respected for what you're doing, right? If you aren't committed to show your team how it's done, I am calling on your greatness. Want to know what you could do for your team? You really want to know? Move. The longer you stay where you are, you're showing them it's hard. You're becoming their lid. We rise by lifting others. When we aren't growing, we are putting a cement ceiling not only on our success, but the success of our team and the people around us. And that is where urgency comes in. I looked people in the face and said, join me, follow me. I will lead you and help you become your best self. And the only way to do that was to stay true to excellence. My friends, you are absolutely ready for this challenge. So again, we're not competing with anyone. When I say stay one step ahead, it means get on that field and play to win. So other people say, you know what? If he can and she can, I can too. Go out there and become your very best. So they say, I trust you. I'm following you. You showed me what is possible. And now in my heart, I believe that I can too. So I love you, friends. Be absolutely amazing.